Hello guys and welcome back to another video. I'm Mr. Somerset Gaming and today I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the new Modern Warfare multiplayer reveal trailer that we got yesterday and all the information that they managed to provide for us. Now right off the bat I just want to say that this Modern Warfare multiplayer looks incredible, okay? It just looks awesome. The whole trailer was awesome, the information they gave us sounds really cool. The first thing I just want to say is Metallica. That was a really good choice of music. It made the whole thing even more awesome, and the way they edited some of the shots with the music, it looked really good. But I have made a list. I basically watched the live stream at 10 when it showed it, or 6 PM for the UK time. So I watched the live stream and I saw the trailer and I thought it looked awesome. And then I watched a bit of the show that followed. I watched it up until like the gamers started playing the game and stuff. But the first thing I want to talk about is the Gunsmith customization. Now they've said there's going to be 30 to 60 attachments per gun. Now I think this looks really interesting. It looks like we can have like a lot of variety when it comes to like customizing our weapons. Definitely more so than we've had in the past. And I think this gives us the opportunity to make some really unique weapons, to make the classes feel more our own. Because if there really is 30 to 60 attachments, it means that the likelihood of someone else having the exact same gun as you with the exact same attachments is unlikely. It makes crafting our weapon feel more unique to the player, which I think is really cool. And judging from the system, it looks visually pleasing as well. And I think they've done it in a clever way where I think because it looks pleasing and there's so many attachments to choose from, people will actually put thought and care into crafting their weapons. So I think that's a really cool aspect that they've added to the game. Okay, so the create a class system, it's no longer the pick 10, it's gone back to the basics really. You get 5 gun attachments, 1 primary, 1 secondary, 3 perks, 1 lethal and 1 tactical. Now this is back in like the Modern Warfare to Modern Warfare 2, that kind of era, which is what I've been asking for, that they just go back to the basics, back to a simpler time where you had your guns, you had your perks, and you had your tactical and lethals. Instead of this whole pick 10 system, I was never keen on the pick 10 system because I felt very limited to what I could actually pick, and most of the time I ended up swapping stuff out that I wanted just so I can have something else, because I couldn't have both because I wouldn't have enough slots. But this, I'm really glad to hear that they've gone back to this. And also the old school perks are back, like Overkill. There's a list of them online, and literally I was reading the list and I can remember seeing these exact perks on Modern Warfare 2. And some of the gun outlines as well on the creator class, it reminded me so much of the guns from Modern Warfare 2. I'm really pleased that they've actually gone back to like the Modern Warfare roots of keeping things simple, basic, and not gone like overboard on like a whole new system. Some really cool news is that if you unlock an attachment for a gun in the game, you can actually add it there and then. You don't have to wait until the game is over to create a class on the menu to add the attachment and then wait for the next game to use it. You can actually do it as soon as you unlock it, which I think is really cool. It's something that I've been wanting for a while actually, is that you can adjust your class in the game, because we've all had those moments where we've been creating a class whilst waiting for the game and suddenly it just like starts abruptly and we don't get to finish what we were doing. Now at least we can finish the changes as soon as we get into the game quickly. So yeah, I think that's really cool. Okay, some of the stuff that's back is also the grenade launcher attachment, which as soon as I saw it in the trailer, I was like, they brought it back. We're gonna have some good and rage-inducing moments back from like COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, of getting killed by a grenade launcher attachment. It's gonna be cool. I can't wait. The Javelin is also back. It's good to see that back. It's a pleasant surprise. Now, one of the most controversial things that I've seen online about the game, and really the only negative aspect that people keep focusing on, is the fact that there's going to be no minimap. It's going to make the game feel a lot more like hardcore mode, because there is no minimap in hardcore, apart from when you get a UAV, which is what they're also planning in this game, is that when you have a UAV active there will be a minimap, but other than that, there's not going to be one. Now, to see your teammates, they said that later on they're going to add the outline of your teammates, so you'll be able to see them on the map, like through walls and stuff. That's how you can distinguish your teammates from the enemies and how you'll know where they're to. Which I think is an interesting aspect. Honestly, I won't know how it feels not to have a mini-map until I actually play the game, and whether I think this is a good or bad change. It seems like most people are upset at the fact that it's gone, and it seems like a lot of people who are reviewing the game early say that they feel like Infinity Ward should bring it back. At the moment, I'm just going to have to trust their judgment and say that I think it's probably a bad change. I'm not overly bothered about the fact that it's gone, but if it does slow down gameplay and change the core aspect of Call of Duty, then I will have like a problem with it. But like I said, I won't know until I actually get hands-on with the game. Okay, score streaks are back. We have some old favourites coming back. Well, old favourites. We have Tactical Insurgent back. I think that's really cool they've added that back. I mean, I never really personally used it myself. I remember destroying a lot of the enemies in Modern Warfare 2 when I see them lying around. I know that people like to wait until the guy respawns and then you shoot him. But I think it's really cool that they've added it back because it will bring back that old school Modern Warfare 2 feel. Juggernaut is obviously back, judging from the photos in the trailer. It looks really cool. A really cool aspect, I think, is that the Juggernaut suits actually play metal music, and it sounds quite muffled because you obviously they want it to feel realistic, like you're in the suit, which is a really awesome aspect. I can't wait to have a go in that Juggernaut outfit. And most importantly, which I'm so glad they brought back, was the nuke. I love the concept that you get 25 kills without dying, you get a nuke, and it destroys the whole game. It's just like, I have some of my favourite memories from Modern Warfare 2 is when you're playing a match and then suddenly someone gets a nuke and everyone freaks out because you're all gonna die. I think it's such a cool thing, so I'm really happy that's back. Okay, so there's no specialists in this game, which I'm so happy about because I've never been keen on the idea of specialists, having specific classes or abilities stuck to a specific specialist. I've just not been keen on that idea from the beginning. Now they've brought back fractions, there's going to be 2 fractions, and you can choose between a variety of operators, which is like cosmetic character changes only, so you can pick different skins and what they look like and stuff. That's the only difference. It has no impact on different abilities or specialist streaks. It's solely cosmetic, which I'm really happy about. Okay, so now some of the other cool parts of multiplayer is that there's actually going to be a 20 versus 20 mode, which sounds crazy when you think that like Ground War back on like Modern Warfare Remastered is 9v9, and that's chaotic enough as it is, let alone 20v20. And people are also saying that there's going to be up to 100 players Ground War, which is crazy. Like if they actually do that, it's gonna be bigger than Battlefield, and it's gonna feel like a full-on war. I really hope that it's not gonna be like a disappointment if they actually go through with this. It'll be interesting to see how it plays with that many players on one map. I suppose the closest thing we've got is Blackout on Black Ops 4 with 100 people, but obviously that's a different concept than Ground War. On these bigger matches, they're also having vehicles. There's tanks that you can drive. Now, we haven't had drivable tanks on maps since like World at War, I believe, which is really cool. Personally, something I wasn't expecting from this game was drivable vehicles. Okay, now getting onto the maps. Now, when I was watching the reveal trailer, some stuff stuck out to me is that from a lot of the locations and maps, I got some old school map vibes. I got vibes of Ambush, Bog, and High Rise, which I think they've definitely done on purpose. There's a Ferris wheel in one of them, which obviously people are saying reminds them of COD 4, and I do think that they've done these certain aspects and bits from old maps on purpose, so it has that kind of like feel of old school Modern Warfare, which I'm really glad they've done. Now, you're going to have different sized maps for different game modes. When you obviously have like the 20 versus 20 game mode, you've got a much bigger map, and then you've got the 2v2 game mode where you have the exclusive smaller maps. This is really interesting, And I can't wait to actually see how many maps come with the game, considering it changes to player count specific maps. And some news that they've said, which I'm really pleased about, is that they're not all 3-lane maps. They're going to be a lot of variety of what directions you can go. It's not just limited to the 3 lanes, which is going to make for some really cool gameplay and tactics and all that kind of stuff, which I'm really happy about, because the past few Call of Duties, it's been very specific to the 3-lane maps, which is just a boring design, and I'm just not keen on it. Something else that they've said, which they've literally gone out and stated, which I think is awesome, is the fact that they've said that the maps will have exploration style Easter eggs, like for example how you get on top of the roof on high rise, stuff like that, which I think that's so cool that they've done that. It just means for a lot more map mobility and cool little Easter eggs and stuff of getting into locations that players might not know about. And I can't believe they got out and said it. This game is literally going to be like Modern Warfare 2, I reckon, but with better graphics and bigger maps, different size maps, different weapons and stuff. But at the root of it, at the core, is old school Modern Warfare 2, which is awesome. This is literally what I wanted from this game. Now we have to talk about night vision, because night vision is a big aspect of this game from the looks of it. They tried to do it in COD 4, but they even had the night vision mode in multiplayer that you can put the night vision goggles on, but there really was no need because there was never any dark maps or anything. But on this game, it looks like they are literally doing maps that are set at night, where it literally requires you to use the night vision goggles, which is cool. Like, if you look at the footage online, it looks awesome. And the night vision mode is apparently called Realism. It's definitely going to be an interesting game mode to play, something that we haven't actually experienced before in multiplayer. And I think it's going to offer some new enjoyment gameplay-wise, and it's also going to require you to use some more different tactics, because you are playing in the dark and you have to adjust to the night vision goggles and try and shoot enemies with night vision. Health regenerates automatically is another point, which I'm glad that they've done. I was never keen on having like a syringe to regenerate health manually. I always liked the fact that it would heal over a period of time. Now, I think one of the most interesting parts about this game is the fact that it's going to have cross-platform gaming. I've seen mixed receptions to this. People are worried that PC players will have an advantage to those on console. I don't really know how it's going to work. I'm not sure they even know how it's going to work. I know that when you're waiting in the game lobby, apparently you'll have a symbol next to your name of either a console or a computer mouse, I believe. So it indicates whether you're a PC player or a console player. I don't know whether that's actually going to be in the final game or not. But yeah, this whole cross-platform gaming thing, I think it's going to take a lot of adjusting to and a lot of work. It'll be interesting to see how they manage to do it and whether it's fair for all players no matter what console you're on. But I guess time will tell when it comes to that aspect. They also announced that they're going to do a dark edition of the game which come with night vision goggles. I think it's going to be like $200, which is, well, about like £165, I think, roughly around that mark. It's going to be expensive, but I really want the edition. I'm not going to lie. I think the night vision goggles look awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to see when it comes to money. But yeah. Okay, now one of the happiest parts of the news is the fact that there is no season pass and that we are going to get free content, like free maps and stuff. I don't know whether like it's going to be completely free DLC. There must be a catch somewhere. That's all I'm thinking, is there must be a catch. They must have to try and find a way to get money from us. It just feels too good to be true at this point. So I don't know whether they're going to introduce supply drops or something later on down the line after the release. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, I don't know. I mean, Black Ops 4, they hyped up the season pass so much, saying you're going to You pay £40 for this season pass, and you're going to get this, all this cool exclusive stuff. You won't have to worry about anything. Every time we release something, you can get it for free. I mean, I've had the season pass, and I really don't know what it counts towards. Like, I haven't seen the game. Basically, seems the same for me. It feels like a waste of money for the season pass. So I'm glad that they're not doing one this time around. But I just find it hard to believe that we're gonna get completely free content. Unless they make you pay for, like, the ability to customize your weapons. Maybe, like, pay for skins. I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be a catch at some point further down the road. I mean, I'm hoping not, but we'll just have to wait and see. Another point I found is that Infinity Ward want to accommodate all different playstyles, including camping. I think this is really cool because they're thinking about all the players and all the different ways that we play, because there are campers and then there are those who want to run out and just get straight into the battle, and people have different play styles. Even though you might not agree with some of them, even though campers can be really annoying, I think it's impressive that Infinity Ward are taking everyone into account and trying to please everyone. It seems like that's what they're trying to do overall with this game. Is they're trying to please everyone, and I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool. It seems like they're listening to the fans. I know that when there was something a fan said about the 2v2 gameplay that they released, and I know that Infinity Ward found out the point that they were making, and they literally changed it within 24 hours. They made that adjustment to the game. So it sounds like they want to please us, they're trying to consider all of us, and they're also taking on our advice. We'll have to see what extent that goes to, whether they listen to people's advice about the minimap, or they just want players to give the game a go without a minimap, and then if you really don't like it, maybe by Christmas time, the minimap will be back in an update. I'm so glad that the Call of Duty is going back to its roots, going back to the Modern Warfare era. It really does feel like old school MW2, COD 4, that kind of era Call of Duty. And I feel like I actually care. Like, I'm really excited for this game, and I can't wait to get on multiplayer and just, like, level up and enjoy myself and have fun. And I haven't felt that way for a long time about Call of Duty. Probably not since about Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, that kind of era. Every Call of Duty after that, I've kind of been meh. I missed out on some of them, and I've gone back and played them now. But I was excited for Black Ops 4 last year, only really for, like, Blackout, not for the multiplayer aspect. This is the first time I've really been excited and care about multiplayer, and I genuinely can't wait. And one more point is that the open beta comes out like September 12th, I believe. The trailer's awesome, the news they've gave us is awesome. It seems like 90% of it is good, 90% of it people are happy. There's just that small 10%, but we'll have to wait and see. I think that 10% can be adjusted. And I do think we're going back to the good old days of Call of Duty. And I feel like this game is going to do really well. And I genuinely can't wait to play it. So, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you want to keep up to date, please subscribe or follow me on Twitter, because I'm talking a lot on Twitter about this game and sharing stuff. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.